Well, it's the third week of LCS, and I'm joined right now by Goldenglue from Team Liquid, who we were just talking about. Somebody who creates a lot of Reddit comments, I think, right? Or at least inspires a lot of them.
Yeah, people are really passionate about me. I think they just all really, really love me, actually.
Yeah. I mean, yes, lots of emotion as the lights start to turn off around us. So let's talk a little bit about the games that we just saw today against Echo Fox. First game, you guys are down. People are like, oh, this is just the standard Team Liquid thing for this split. But then the second game, you guys crawl yourself back in and win. Third game as well, looking pretty good. So a little bit of a rough start. But from your perspective, how did that match go?
Um, so game one, the early game, went about as poorly as it could. So, and how the game progressed is we still were able to make a lot of proactive plays. So we didn't feel too bad about the game one loss. It felt like we're playing the right game, we're playing League of Legends well, and we just got too behind early with our comp. So we weren't too worried about going into game two, game three. Um, Game two and game three were just like marathons. I didn't really feel like I was behind. Maybe that's just I'm not very good at telling like the 1,000, 2,000 goal differences in game because I'm just so focused on like the objectives I need to do. Um, yeah, they just felt like really long, hard fought games to me.
Why do you think you were able to get back in game two?
Um, Trying to remember how that game even was. That was like they killed Ash and we took Baron or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I felt like we had pretty good control throughout the game too. We were able to like use our poke comp better than their poke comp, dodge their skill shots, and we landed more of ours. Um, and we were able to take vision control, and we had the lane assignments that we wanted to do. So I feel like we had a pretty clear goal of how we wanted to play and win the game, and we were able to achieve it.
More broadly, let's talk about Team Liquid, the split. There's been a lot of talk. We're only about 3 weeks in, and yet for some reason, so many people talking about the performance of the team and the look of the team. How do you feel about how the team has been going so far?
I mean, recently we've been playing like dog shit. Like it's been bad. Like we've been blown out in an early game. I think we have like an average of like 1.8k down at 15 minutes, like the most in the league. I think all our issues were just kind of festering basically, and the meeting we had last night where we just basically like let loose helped us a lot. Just reset our mental for today, and it felt like even if we're behind a little bit in the games, like it felt like we're actually able to win the games. Where before it was just like, oh well, we're getting shit stomped. GG, 25 minutes. Yeah. So
So do you think this is kind of the beginning of you guys getting back into it and kind of, as you said, that reset last night? Is that you think that might sort of change things around now?
I think it definitely helped us reset for this game. I think if we didn't have that meeting, there's zero chance we'd win this game today. It's kind of hard to say because we talked about all the things we need to work better to do, like in practice and routine. But you know, we won't know until like we start practicing, and just like talking about it doesn't mean anything if we don't actually go through with what our plan is.
Now let's talk about you a little bit. A lot of people have, as we discussed earlier, a lot of opinions about you. How do you feel about your performance this split?
It's definitely not how I would like it. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be happy with my performance completely, and I think I've had a lot of games where uh, I just don't feel comfortable, and then I make mistake after mistake, and I basically just um, yeah, I just don't do much. There's just games where I have really low damage. I think that comes back to the reason I didn't feel comfortable is we don't really have a shot caller. It's kind of like whoever's playing well that game shot calls, but when no one's playing well, we're just like. So I think like the one game we had versus TSM where I was comfortable on Echo, I can shot call and then I can do well. And then the games today, I felt like I could call what to do, and then makes me play well. So yeah, just having when I have like goals in mind, it's really easy for me to achieve them. But if we're not like playing goal oriented, it's like I'm basically just playing to not lose, which is you always lose if you do that.
I feel as though over the years there's been this tendency for the production team at LCS to pick a player that they want to show and defeat. And I feel like every time Team Liquid loses, there's always a shot of you just looking, as the casters always describe it, devastated. And they're like, oh man, look how devastated he is. Like, look, oh, his head is in his hands or something like that. You're the victim maybe for Team Liquid that the production team has chosen. given that there's always these shots and these conversations, what is kind of going through your head at the end of these games, and are you as quote devastated as they always seem to paint the picture?
Well, I don't really like. I never listen to commentary about like what people say about me because I just don't find it like useful at all. I definitely am devastated or like super sad after losses. Like that's for sure true. I wouldn't say it's like as much as a maybe like pity story as they. I don't really like want people to feel pity for me or anything. Um, yeah, I mean, I just get pretty sad after losses. So
Yeah, understandable. Finally, on a more positive note, do what has been the past couple of weeks and the LCS? How's that been for you? Because I know previously you were the guy that they kind of just popped in as like a sub, or Goldenglue is playing for us this week. You don't have like a full split underneath you historically. Now that you are so much like a part of this team, how's that been for you?
yeah, having like this is the first time I've ever started LCS like from the beginning of the season. It helps me a lot just have confidence because basically when I'm subbing in, it's like people don't really expect much out of me, and I think when I have higher expectations and like the pressure is on, I can rise to the occasion. Um, so I think it's just helped me a lot, and also just feel more comfortable that like my spot's not going to be gone in like one bad game. I feel like I can take risks, and I think that helps me a lot.
Is there anything you would like to say to any of the Team Liquid fans out there who are like, all right, we're still around, we're here, and maybe excited after seeing today's match?
Yeah, I mean, thanks so much, guys. You guys are troopers. I know we haven't been playing as well as we'd like to earlier, as well as you guys would like us to, but we're working hard, and I think we have a good plan, and I think we'll be ready come playoffs.
Very good. Thank you so much, Goldenglue, for the interview. Congratulations on the win today. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports here at Yahoo Esports.